Hello, our lovely viewers, and welcome to Philgood Services. We want to thank you for being part of us in this year 2020. As I said in the year edumedino, into the year twaso, yedamasipe me pese me da ora or New Jersey ase for bringing this question up, and that is what we're going to treat today. His question is socialization and mental health. So today we're going to talk about socialization and its impact on our mental health. I want us to note that human beings are social beings. So we are made to be sociable. We are made to associate with others. And that is why, if you're a Christian, I want to remind you that when God created Adam, he said, it is not good for him to be alone. Hence, he created his helpmate. And you know, Yankopon kropo hu se enye se nipanko ebetena se. Therefore, when you disassociate, when you withdraw yourself, then I want to ask you, say, are you really helping yourself or not? The other thing is, obi tunyumbi or say arechiche wo ye fafio nipa ho. So we find solace from others. Therefore, it is good to associate with others, to socialize with others. And anytime that we be in the right company, we socialize with the right people, we release happy hormones. Therefore, our mood gets elevated. Therefore, it is also very important that you associate with the right kind of people. It is not by accident that most signs and symptoms of mental health, some mental health disorders, includes isolation, sadness, withdrawal, worthlessness, not having interest in activities. And these are all signs or also something that you do when you tend not to socialize with others. So I'm trying to link how socialization or the lack of it thereof impacts our mental health. So when these signs and symptoms are associated with mental health conditions, then I'm trying to draw your attention to the fact that anytime that you do not associate, socialize with others, then you present as being withdrawn, being isolated, being sad, or sometimes not having interest in activities. So now let's look at some of the things that happens when someone is not socializing or does not socialize with others for some time. Anytime someone is put in solitary confinement, say you do obi shep baby for a long period of time, whether due to imprisonment and I say obi a kidnapping or not, or they know a shep baby for a very long period of time. Though they are human, depending on training now, Odipa go through in that confinement, they come out being very different. Therefore, they need to be reoriented to society before they'll be released back into society. Until this will be the Sebio onipa a onyankopo abo no se ni suban ne se so e de ni hye cage mu ana otriti ni se abo a sebe producer ebedu bebi no na o acte se emwa. Therefore, it is very important as human beings. As I said, we are social beings. Therefore, we are made to socialize with others. So his next question was, what are some of the reasons why people disassociate or don't socialize with others? When I say you share afi, as you know, as we started this year, you've heard so many times where people have said, say, we're going to cut this person off. We're going to cut this group of people off. We're going to cut this or that. Due to various reasons. You know, some good, some not legitimate. Some things that I usually hear is, oh, Ghana for the Omo Kasado do until the media person call Ghana for. You hear that a lot. And then, oh, Nipa is evil. You know, therefore I don't want to associate with them. So you person need to be associated, no person one associated. And then things like this, and you know the trust that we don't have in others. And as some circumstances be you go through before, you know, we think it's we have to withdraw ourselves from others. But then I want to put to you, say it's not really very good for your health either. So some of the effects that happens is we go through emotional distress. And you know, emotionally, you know, say yenya atinkapa, And that is why the happy hormones are not being released if we are not socializing because of the distress that we're going through. And then it also leads to some personality disorders, because anytime you withdraw yourself from others for a period of time, then we've already talked about these. It can lead to paranoia, because you become paranoid about people. It can lead to delusions, because you do not believe people. It can also lead to something like antisocial personality disorder, and we've already talked about this also. It can lead to avoidant personality behavior, and then other personality disorders. Another mood disorder that can lead to is depression. So we're still talking about socialization and its impact on our mental health. So it can lead to depression. It can lead to anxiety and so many forms of anxiety. We already talked about anxiety. Hence, I will entreat you to go back and watch that video. It could be social anxiety. It could be other phobias such as agoraphobia, claustrophobia, and others. So it is very important that as human beings, we realize that we are social beings, and therefore we have to socialize with others. Then the next question comes up, what about technology-based socialization? So when he referred to that, what he meant was social media and other technological forms of socialization. And this is my take on it. There is this Ghanaian musician, Obo Nyumbi, or say, Nidinde Abranti Amachi Dede. Na no or say, Nipadriano ewe juma eye. Nemfonino entimi nye juma Nipadriano eye. So those social media has its purpose. Ewo ne jina pia bia ese survey. But then it cannot take the place of face-to-face interaction and as a human-to-human interaction. On social media, pardon me, and allow me to say that a lot of people are living fake lifestyle on social media. Therefore, when you follow social trends, when you follow social media so much, you have a lot of friends, but you don't know any of them. You have a lot of friends, but then you don't have any friend. Into the banesana, that kind of human interaction now, and what's a hold on to help you be a social being, then of course it's being taken away. The other thing that also happens is then we also tend to live a sedentary lifestyle, because tembiano yet your phone so and now say yet a computer try to play games with others who are far distant away from us, try to chat with others who are never close to us. Into the Banesana, there's not a lot of activities being involved into the area now, it leading to so many medical and psychological conditions. The other thing also is it also works on our self-esteem. Into social media, there are so many ways working on our self-esteem. One is looking at what is trending, looking at what is going on the media, and then trying to peg yourself with those things on the media. Hence, you tend to think of yourself as not being as worthy as those that you usually see on the media. There become a fashion that starts to trend on the media, and then you see yourself not following that kind of trend. Therefore, against the wakechi. Bibi ebaso some kind of look, some kind of dress, some kind of anything at all that comes on the media and starts to trend. And once you are not part of it, then your self-esteem, starts to go down, because you feel, really, you are not up to tune with current affairs, and I said the current trend. And social media in itself, and I said technology-based socialization, in itself, ain't shed the bonesa. But then the problem with it, when it happens, a bright starts to play on your emotions, your self-esteem, and another huge thing that I want you to pay attention to is cyberbullying. Because of all of these, there are so many bullying that do not happen face-to-face anymore. And you can say, oh, nipa nye, nipa ye bad, nipa ye say, nipa kasa. Therefore, you try to withdraw. Once you engage in social media, then of course, you are just shifting your problem. And in this case, people are hiding behind the computer and terrorizing you. Therefore, you do not even see them to be able to deal with them. So if it's face to face, then you can address the issue with that individual. There is a video that I found of people, kids between the ages of 7 and 13 who had committed suicide just due to cyberbullying. And there's a lot of negatives that goes on in there. And I also entreat especially the parents to be mindful of what their kids are watching on YouTube and other channels, because in as much as there are good ones out there, people are using the good channel to also do bad stuff. Therefore, that is just a word of caution. So, Ora, to your question, the impact and as a socialization and mental health, this is my take on it. If you also have any questions that you want us to address, please feel free to send it to us and we're going to talk about it. Thank you very much for being part of the show today. Continue to subscribe and share as we grow the Philgood family in this year 2020.